Said Game's stories only make him look good. For sure. But Game's actions, like things that he's done throughout the years with different crews, show you that Game only care about the game. Like, Game is exposed by Kendrick Lamar's bodyguard, 2T's, for lying about wanting to sign him. Now, if y'all didn't know, there was an interview that came out, and it basically was the Game saying that he could have signed Kendrick Lamar. What the hell? Like, he wanted to sign Kendrick Lamar, but, you know, Top was like, nah, man. So let's see what this is about, man. These motherfuckers.
Oh boy, here we go, you guys. Red rose, white ceilings. Looks like the Game just got caught in another lie. Now, if you guys don't know, there's 4 people that when it comes to stories, people just don't believe them. These guys tend to fabricate stories, so much so that everybody thinks they're lying anytime they get on the podcast and talk about something. The Mount Rushmore of liars right now.
Damn. The Mount Rushmore of liars. Is this factual right here? We got The Game, Fat Joe, Kevin Gates, LeBron James. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, LeBron James definitely be lying about shit. Yeah, y'all know that's a fact. That man be lying about shit. Remember when he got caught reading that book and it was upside down or some shit like that? They caught him one time saying, yeah, man, you know, I be reading this book. You know, I've been reading this book. And it was like on page 1. Like, what the, like, bro, what? Like, this shit was crazy, man. LeBron is definitely a capper, bro, when it comes to some of this shit. Like, he be capping.
Now is The Game, LeBron James, Fat Joe, and Kevin Gates. If you know, you know. Anytime these guys tell a story, it's always the most craziest
what Kevin Gates be lying
situations that you've ever heard.
I meet some of the strangest, most interesting people that just be attracted to me. Like, I met a fucking monk one time that said he never talked, but he had to talk to me.
Nigga. What?
Bro, come on now, dog.
Oh my God.
Get the fuck out of here, man. This man said, I met a monk that never talked in his life. Never. And he said, nah, Kevin Gates, I gotta talk to that nigga right there. Kevin Gates, nah, it's time to break this silence. Nigga, what? All right, that right there is just, yo, that right there, I don't know if anybody gonna top that kind of lying right there.
Real talk.
He talked to you?
Yes.
Was he allowed?
I don't know. He taught me about chi, like energy, like your chi, the energy that's in your body. Like,
is he still a monk?
I don't know, but I know he had on that shit, and he said he had broke his vow of silence to talk to me.
My God.
Was it Halloween then? Like, he like, was he a monk? I don't know, but he had on that shit. What? He had that shit on, yo. He had that monk shit on, yo.
What the hell? Oh my God.
Meeting random people. Yo, was he a monk? Shit, he had that monk shit on, so shit. What the fuck, man? Why do people like this, dog? What the fuck?
He said something about my aura. I meet some of the most interesting people everywhere I go. People just talk to me, and I don't even look approachable.
Do you not? What do you look like? Show me.
I still remember Kevin Gates once told us that he jump-started a car with his bare hands.
No, he didn't.
The car was broke down.
Oh my God, that's actual audio. Man, yo, we gonna stop talking about The Game. We gonna have to start talking about Kevin Gates. What the fuck? Jump-started a car with his bare hands? Oh my gosh, bro. Ain't no fucking way, man. Ain't no fucking way.
And I told her, listen, I could start your battery for you. She said, we need jumper cables. I say, no, you don't. I put my hands on the battery. I got this little thing that I do. I told her, give me the keys. I jumped in there and cranked the car. She said, you my angel. I say, speak nothing of this.
Yo, fuck. Hold on, dog. Oh, hold on, bruh. I can't. Oh, that man said, speak nothing of this. That man said, I started the car with my bare hands. She said, you my angel. He said, speak nothing of this. Bruh, no. Yo, whatever level Game lying on, this nigga Kevin Gates, nah, you got it, dog.
What the hell?
You got it, brother. You won. You won the lying Olympics, bro. You won that shit. The Liathon, you won that shit, bro. That's yours. You got it, bruh. Speak nothing of this is crazy. You floated away like some mystical being. Speak nothing of this is wild.
The Game is also a generational liar. The man once photoshopped himself into a picture with Tupac, trying to tell people that they've met before. Now, a couple days ago, The Game did an interview with Big Boy's Neighborhood, and once again, people are claiming that The Game is telling a very, very delusional story. Big Boy asked him about his relationship with Kendrick. A lot of people felt like The Game was moving funny last year while Kendrick was in a rap battle with Drake. People saw The Game was really not supporting his West Coast brother Kendrick, and as a matter of fact, he was actually showing a lot more love to Drake. So when Game was asked about Kendrick in the interview, here's what he said.
First time I met Kendrick was a long time ago. I don't even know if he'll remember. He was going to the Yet Center in Compton, and as part of a probationary program, I had to go be a big brother at this Yet Center, and me and my homie Tato,
getting hours signed off. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and I wasn't Kendrick's big brother, but he used to come in there and like, you know, he was real young, man, and he was just always charismatic, always good with the words, man, and just a, you know, funny little guy. I don't even know if he remembers that. And so when I had, you know, and we grew up like across the street and around the corner from each other, but you know, I gangbang hard, and Dot, you know, he non-affiliated, but he Compton, and he ain't no punk either. Right. So and everybody from the hood that don't bang still is from the hood.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like he got that, but I always knew. So in the beginning, I would be going, in the beginning of my career, I'd be going by Top Dog's house and just, you know, helping him with J-Rock stuff and lending my, you know, 2 cents, since I was a little bit, you know, ahead of the curve than from where they were. And I was always asking Top, I was like, yo, let me get Dot. He was like, no. And so he knew what he was. I knew what he was. J-Rock, when I took J-Rock on tour, Dot was hype man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I asked Top again at my house in Glendale. I was like, let me get Dot. He was like, nah. But he was like, yo, what if we piece up TDE? And I was like, man, I got Black Wall Street. I'm good. Like, I want you to do
So
your
when you
thing.
say let me get Dot, are you talking about let me get him as an artist or as a feature?
Let me get him as an artist, because I already knew. I knew what he was going to be. And nobody didn't understand it yet except everybody that was around Top and TDE. They knew. And I knew. And at first, everybody was saying how he rapped too fast and it was going around the hood and all of that, right? And I was just like, y'all tripping. This is him. So when they was doing the when he dropped Section 80 and they was doing the thing downtown, Top hit me. I was in the bed, man, for some reason, watching like Breaking Bad or something. I was comfortable.
Stop the cap.
You know.
Yo. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing about people that be lying about shit. People that be lying about shit always trying to give you extra details to make you believe the story even more. I was watching Breaking Bad. What the fuck? Whenever somebody lying to your ass and lying to your ass in a crazy way, they gonna tell you all this shit. I was about to cut up a pineapple and shit. I was just like, damn. They said I was watching Breaking Bad. What the fuck? People that lie to you always give you extra ass details you never asked for, bro. I remember I was sitting there just thinking like, damn, I should take a shower. And then I was like, nah, I ain't take one. And I was like, man, I'm gonna just chill today. So I went to the store and bought me a 40 ounce. Fuck out of here, man. What the fuck? I was watching Breaking Bad. It's almost like you add the extra detail to give your ass time to like think about the lie. This shit is crazy.
Oh, womanizing. I don't know. I can't even remember her name. But she could be left. For the movement. So Top hit me. He was like, "Can you come up here? We, Dog is up here, Dre is up here, Corrupt up here. Can you come down here?" So I got in my car, I drove down there, and yeah, man, that's when the torch was passed.
Amen.
Now a lot of people,
the torch was passed.
People said, "Hey, Game, knock it off, dog. You're lying. This never happened." And one of those people is Kendrick Lamar security guard 2T's. He commented and called.
Oh my God.
He said blood faking. He never wanted to sign Kendrick. Why lie, bro? Like, why, bro? Come on, man. I could see why he probably felt like this lie is like a good angle, because how would Kendrick know if you wanted to sign him, right? If you actually did. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. But
now, first of all, off rip, 2T's never comments on anything on social media. The man is like a ghost. He never speaks out. So when he's commenting and trying to debunk this theory about the game, this obviously means that him, TDE, and Kendrick Lamar do not rock with the game. If this was anybody else, these guys would have let it rock. Eventually, it would have been cleared up by somebody in TDE. But the second this clip was posted on social media, 2T's found the login to his Instagram account just to call out the game for lying on Kendrick. Now, I'm not sure who's lying, but here's what we can confirm. The game was indeed rocking with Kendrick way before he was introduced to us by Dre. The game was putting Kendrick Lamar on his mixtapes, so I'm not going to completely doubt that the game knew about Kendrick and his talent. And hey, who knows? Maybe 2T's was not made privy to the conversations the game was having with Top Dog, but
I ain't gonna lie, man. If you close with somebody, obviously, if this was me, right? Let's say I was 2T's, right? And I seen this shit. I'm not gonna jump out the window and say blood faking. He never wanted to sign Kendrick unless I know some shit. I obviously got some inside information. I know some shit. You know, he could have heard this directly from Top. Like, bro, he's like, nah, that nigga never wanted to sign Kendrick. Like, he could have heard that shit directly from him. Nobody jumping out the gate with this type of shit just to say it, just because they feel like it. They say he probably had to reset his password to make that comment. He probably like, hell no, man. Let me get on here and say something, man. But that's wild, man. The game, you can't be out here lying like this. But the thing about the game and why the reason why this is such a thing that everybody's looking at is because the game has always kind of shown these subtle like moments where it seems like he either is jealous of K-Dot's success and he probably wants it for himself, or maybe he feels some type of way about K-Dot being the guy that is known basically carrying a torch for the West. Now, if we've seen Game's behavior in the past, you can see why this is not so far-fetched. The Game is a guy he has always been in situations where he has shown that he wants to be the main character in every situation. I mean, let's look at G-Unit, right? Say what you want about G-Unit, the Game had the perfect situation there. And though there was some situations with his manager and all those, there was internal shit going on, they ruined a perfect situation. Can y'all imagine how big G-Unit would have been had the Game stayed there and they moved the things the way they wanted to do? Game on the West, you know, G-Unit East, all that stuff. Can y'all imagine how that would have actually gone? What we saw was that the Game wanted to be the main character. Now it was like, I'm the number one guy. I'm better than all the guys in G-Unit. You could have basically created your own lane by being on G-Unit West. That was your whole, you had the West. That was a movement. But you killed that because you wanted to be the main character. Now, if we go back to the shit that he says about Kendrick, he always has these little subtle things that make you feel like, bro, why are you even talking like this? Even when the Drake and Kendrick beef happened, it's like, dude, you're on the West. Even if you take yourself out of the situation, why are you saying things like Drake is my brother? Drake is like, obviously because you're trying to stay wherever you can, whichever side is going to help you. Bank Starber said that's why his own label never took off, because he wanted to be the main character anyway. You want G-Unit and then you got Black Wall Street. But when you can't be humble in the game, this is what happens to you. Shit like this. Everybody's looking at you like, bro, why are you so jealous of everybody else with success? Like to get on here and say, I tried to sign Kendrick. I don't know, man. It's almost like he finds every opportunity to make it seem like Kendrick is lil bro. Like you can't let Kendrick be like the guy. Every interview you saying you're passing the torch, but every interview you try to lil bro him. Elise Shadow said he's always been salty towards Kendrick ever since he had to watch Snoop pass the torch of West Coast King. Everybody tries to say, you know, oh, he was happy, he was up there smiling. I don't know. I don't buy that shit. I think he was up there smiling, but at the same time, he was thinking, I should be the guy. And the reason why he probably did it and was so happy doing it was probably because he felt like he was lil broing him. Like, yo, here you go, man. I'm passing this shit on to you, but I'm the one. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it was. They say he was dying inside.
Game should have been there. And I wasn't. And yeah, that definitely did hurt my feelings, so I just took the shot on him.
Never sees Kendrick as competition.
Can't nobody in Countdown Rap Game.
People pointed out that Kendrick has often credited the Game as an early influence. Yet now that folks hail Kendrick as the new king of the West, it sounds like the Game isn't ready to pass the torch. Insiders say the tension has simmered for years, fueled by the Game feeling underappreciated while Kendrick gets praised as a generational lyricist.
that shit is on nobody else but the game, bro. If you feel unappreciated, you should be unappreciated because you fumbled that bag, bro. You fumbled that bag. Again, you should have ran with that G-Unit thing. You should have just did what you did, kept the West Coast. Eventually, you would have had your time to do your thing and be that guy. But you fumbled that because you wanted to be the guy immediately. There's a reason why your trajectory changed. Because you went against the guy that basically put you on. You went against 50 Cent. He put you on, because we can't lie, he did. He gave you that opportunity, put you on. And then that's when all the rumors came out about him writing your music, him writing the hits that you had. So people started to discredit you. You opened that door. That's where it came from. And again, I'm going to tell y'all, like, he can rap. The game can rap. There's all these asterisks all over the place where people looking at you like, ever since 50, we don't know. You got to accept the path that you carved out for yourself, dog.
Kendrick do his shit. I love that nigga to death. I love Kendrick to death, but I flew past Kendrick when that nigga was on foot, Range Rover, and showed him how to do this shit.
You see this shit? And this is why people say the things that they say. I flew past Kendrick in a Range Rover and showed him how to do this shit. Come on, man.
Oh my God.
Come on, man. So when people say that you jealous, this is what they can come back to. This is what you do, man. People show you praise and then you come back and you fucking turn your back on them. Yeah, see? Elite Shadow. I watched them pander with backhanded compliments.
Don't play, nigga. Play with game now, nigga. Compton, nigga. Hardest, Compton, rapping, lyricist, me. Any nigga say any different, body him and the nigga he fuck with.
Since 2003, right? Because that's when I got signed to Aftermath, 2003. If you ask anybody, anybody that really know me that's in this motherfucking industry, and go ask Dr. Dre, man. Like, sit Dr. Dre down and really ask that about who I am and my character and, like what he really feel about me at the end of the day as a man. So if you could ask Nip himself, he would have told you, and he did tell you out his own mouth what, I contributed, to his career. Coming straight out of West Side, Cedar Block, Bompton, and Top Dog know what it is, Kendrick know what it is, Mustard know what it is, Ty Dolla $ign know what it is, Dr. Dre know what it is, Snoop know what it is.
And you know what? This is like a clear indication of somebody who is definitely jealous in their own ways, but doesn't want to say it. Because if you got to constantly keep coming out to remind people who you are and why this person know what it is and that person know what it is, and you got to constantly do this, like, there's a reason why you have to constantly come out and try to remind people. Like, you shouldn't have to do this. You shouldn't. But again, you messed up the trajectory of where you were trying to go. And now when you're here and you looking back and you see Kendrick is up there, you see all these other West Coast artists being talked about and they legend to the West, I know it makes you feel some type of way. But again, you did this, dog. You made it happen this way.
Take 50 Cent, for example. He's infamous for trolling and public feuds, but through all the drama, he never fumbled his professional ties with Dr. Dre and Eminem. Whatever tension may have brewed behind closed doors, he understood how to separate personal issues from public business. That kind of discipline is what keeps certain artists relevant decades later. Meanwhile, the game has taken a completely different approach. He's repeatedly claimed he's a better rapper than Eminem. Not just once or twice, but over and over, including in sober interviews.
He says a lot of people's names for shock value. He says things he doesn't mean. He says a lot of things and take it back. He had issues with Joe Budden, then he runs into him in a club and they're taking pictures. He had issues with Memphis Bleak, then he ran into Memphis Bleak in Miami. It was no problem. See, I'm not a fake person. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. He has a lot of inconsistency.
That's a good point on him not ever severing ties with Dr. Dre and Eminem, because 50 Cent understands that these are the people that put him on. Without them, he's not there. Y'all remember them years, nobody wanted to sign 50 Cent because around that time when he was blowing up, he was also a huge risk. People were afraid to be around him. So Dr. Dre and Eminem took their chance of signing him, and he ended up being one of the biggest artists in that moment and started one of the biggest movements in hip hop. So people like that take a chance on you and they make you basically who you are today, and you feel like it's a cool thing for you to go do a diss song on Eminem, drop names all over here. Like, come on, man. It's crazy.
And I used to think Eminem was better than me.
So what you saying right now?
He not.
I used to think Eminem was better than me. He not. Yo, this man, I'm telling you, main character syndrome, man. Gotta be the main character everywhere. Shit is wild.
He's not. Challenge. Hey, challenge it.
Game, you don't want to go versus against
Yes,
Eminem.
I do. What do you mean? Yeah, I do. The f you mean?
Better than Eminem is crazy, bro. But again, Game wants to, like, he's a name dropper. So he wants to name drop. He wants to figure out whatever way he can get people talking. He's down to do that. But like they say, he's going to change his story along the way.
Because 50 can't rap. And so I got to go a level up.
and challenge the better rapper.
Hey, man. Saying 50 can't rap after he basically gave you some of the biggest hits of your career is crazy to me. It's one thing to not like the man, but saying he can't rap, I don't know, man. You gotta be humble to some extent. Even if you don't like the nigga that you gotta be humble towards. You got to, because at the end of the day, he gave you hits, bro. Let's not stop. Come on, man. Let's not do this, man. Like, this man has given you hits. Documentary was a classic album, but 50 Cent had his hands all over that shit, bro. We not gonna pretend like he did it. I understand you upset, you mad at some of the things that you haven't been involved in, but this is the problem. When you got main character syndrome, this is what happened. They said he has stripper energy. Yo, y'all.
He once said 50 Cent couldn't make great music with anyone else. A statement easily debunked by 50's massive collaborations outside of G-Unit. These kinds of declarations say less about hip-hop facts and more about Game's hunger to be acknowledged as essential to everyone else's success. This mindset came through clearly during a recent Instagram live rant that's been circulating online. While a lot of the video was filled with loops and rambling, certain lines stood out. One in particular, his claim that he almost owned half of Top Dog Entertainment.
He needs some milk.
Ain't no fucking way. When did he say that shit? When did he say this shit? He almost owned half of... Yo, what? How you just involved in all these things, man? So you the reason why Kendrick rapping, because you was a worldwide West Coast rapper. You almost own half of Top Dog. You wanted to sign Kendrick. What else? what? Come on, man. Like, you know what? I get it, all right? I get it.
What the hell?
You know why I get it? Because I've seen people like this. People who lie so much that they literally believe it. They convince themselves that what they're saying is true. They add little details in there to, you know, convince people that it's true, but they also convince themselves. So when you're convinced that what you're saying is true in your mind, you will talk about that shit like it's the truth, even if it's a fucking lie. There's people that do this. And I think that's where he at with this stuff. Because on one end, you're asking Top, can you sign Kendrick? But on another story, you almost owned half of the label that told you, no, you can't have Kendrick. Like, what? What are we talking about? Pig said hip-hop Forrest Gump was everywhere, saw everything, did it all. Bruh, this shit is crazy, man. Lee Shadow said, I almost owned a good majority of BigZoeTV. Yo, this shit is crazy, man. These people are wild, bro.
The live was supposed to address trolling, but suddenly he's talking about how he could have owned Kendrick. That wasn't clarification, that was control posturing. Anytime someone lists past favors as leverage during a beef, it exposes the real motive, recognition, not genuine support. TDE's success came from careful strategy, stable leadership, and consistent collaboration. 3 areas where Game's history doesn't exactly align. Bringing this up now doesn't make him look powerful. It highlights why he wasn't part of that story in the first place. He repeatedly said everything he did was off the strength, but then listed every favor for Top Dog and Nipsey Hussle in detail. If the streets already know the respect, why chase online validation so aggressively? It suggests the moves weren't just out of love, they were about building a public image that demands acknowledgement.
I told y'all he just trying to little bro people. He's trying to make everybody seem like they were under him at some point. And this is all posturing yourself to show yourself that you're the true heir to the West Coast. Somebody was under you and you allowed them to be great. That's literally what it is. The game just lies about shit, man. And although, like, there's a lot of information we not privy to, right? We gotta also say that. But the track record, it ain't helping, dog. They said the game would have owned Interscope too, but he was too busy. It's just too much, man. Like, this man is clearly jealous of Kendrick, and I think he finds ways to give backhanded compliments and to try to lil bro him, but I think he teeters on it because he knows how much of a bad look it looks for him to come out right and hate on Kendrick, because Kendrick got the West right now. I think he understands enough that he can't go all out with the things that he wants to say to backhand him, but he does what he can, you know? And I think the easiest way for him and the most safest way way for him is to just try to lil bro Kendrick. And let's keep it real. The Game, if we being honest about this, without G-Unit, who is The Game? You got catapulted into this industry at the height of G-Unit. Like, if we gonna really, really do this shit, let's keep it real. Game got catapulted into rap at the height of G-Unit. Without G-Unit, where is The Game? So that alone, you should be humble about, bruh. This movement was insane. It was scorching hot, and you got thrown right in the middle of it. It was perfect timing. Without that, are we even having this conversation? You were sitting in the background. Dre had you on the back burner, and he asked 50 Cent, yo, can you do me a favor? Take this artist, put him under your wing, and let's see where this goes. And they did that. Without that happening, nobody's talking about The Game. Let's keep it honest. If y'all see it different, y'all let me know. That's the problem with him. He's not humble at all. Not at all. You came in at the best time. They already had G-Unit. G-Unit, it was killing it on the East. They were trying to do something on the West. You became that guy. Perfect place, perfect time.
Look, red rose, white ceiling. No body, no casket, just blood spilling. Red rose, white ceiling. Red rose, white ceiling. Hey yo, red rose, white ceiling. I'm in the rapping mood. Anybody can rap. Anybody want to,
Oh my God.
This shows you how easy it is for this nigga to lie. I'm gonna just tell y'all right now. You got a bunch of kids out here. They see a rapper. You go, yo, anybody can rap? Anybody got some bars they want to rap? So these niggas got a freestyle. They got a freestyle because you just showed up. But you gonna pull out red rose, white ceiling. All right, bruh.
Challenge me, you.
Got a lot of red on. It's gonna be hot, but I don't from the streets though, cause I ain't gonna get shot.
You ain't have to come at me like that, man. You know what I'm saying?
And you have to come at me like that. You know what I'm saying? Let me spit something from the top right quick. Let me see. It'd be like red rose, white ceiling. What the fuck? Get the fuck out. Come on, man. That's so fucked up, man. This nigga just gave you a freestyle, and you gonna come with some written shit that you done rap like 20 times. Come on, man.
You ain't have to come at me like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Now it's my turn. You know, I ain't freestyling in a minute.
You know what? I ain't freestyling in a minute. Damn, it's gonna be hard to come up with something right now. Let me see. Damn, shit. It been a minute, y'all. This is the shit I'm talking about. You setting up the lie. To set up the lie like this, bro, you literally setting it up, knowing you lying, that you been rap this shit. No, yo, I come up with something for a while. Yo, hold on, let me see what I got. What the this shows you that he will lie.
Let me see, let's check it. Look, red rose, white ceiling. I'm in that red rose, white ceiling.
We're gonna shoot you some topics.
Yeah.
You freestyle. Is that cool?
Do what I can, man.
Power 106, your first topic is the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
And I be rocking my Kobe's. I be in a red rose, white.
He needs some milk.
When I be rocking my Kobe's, I be in the red rose whites. Oh my gosh, bro. This was.
The West Coast ain't fun with you, and you ain't, you ain't this and you ain't that, and y'all heard me say thing about who I'm siding with or this and that. I'll be in my own lane chilling. Top Dog know what it is. Kendrick know what it is. Dr. Dre know what it is. Snoop know what it is. You know what I've done for the West Coast.
What I've done for the West Coast. Again, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to leave it at that. When I tell y'all, hold on, Coach Sanity said, for me, I heard The Game before G-Unit only because I stayed in L.A. most of my life, but G-Unit did make him bigger. Definitely made him bigger. I'm not saying that The Game is like whack when it comes to making music, but he was definitely catapulted to this position by somebody on the East. So let's keep it real, man. Somebody on the East catapulted you to this position, and then you basically betrayed them. Y'all remember when Jim Jones in The Game had that song, right? Certified Gangsters. Everybody knew Certified Gangsters. That shit was hard as shit. Certified Gangsters was dope. But Jim Jones said this long time ago. He said The Game been planned to betray 50 Cent. He been planned this. So this shows you the type of person he is. Like, we look at these freestyles, and we see the freestyle of him, red rose, white ceiling, right? And we see him setting that up. Oh man, I ain't freestyling in a while. That shows you that he's somebody that is okay with lying. He'll lie quick. Because Jim Jones said this a long time ago. Look at this.
Wasn't sure what to do with him at Interscope, and that's why they signed him to G-Unit to give him some validation and some, you know what I mean? I remember that whole shit. I remember I was in the W, that whole shit, and he was telling me, yo, they about to sign me to G-Unit. You dig? But as soon as they sign me and I get platinum and all that, I'm doing what 50 did to Jai and all this type of shit. I'm like, you sure you want to do that? He's like, fuck that, blood. I like, this nigga is crazy.
I'm tripping? They been said you was gonna do this. This is years back he said this. They been new. And these people put you on. This man gave you hits. And this is why I understand when 50 don't trust nobody. This is why I understand why he keep going in on people even after the fact. Cause he just can't trust niggas out here, man. They made you who you are. And for you to get that catapult and get thrown into this position, and now you think that everybody else that comes up on the West, they owe you? They owe their success to you? You're crazy. You're out of your mind, bro. I'm sorry, man. You're out of your mind. I was a huge fan of the game with G-Unit them days. Even after, he had some pretty good cuts. He had some good albums. You know, he could rap. But this shit right here, you can't co-sign this shit. You can't. Pink said, I know you're sick, but all you need is Red Rose. Y'all don't care about me, man. Y'all don't give a shit about me, man. Y'all just want to joke. Y'all don't give a shit about me. Yo, they said the key to life is a red rose white ceiling. Yo, oh my gosh, bro. Hate it or love it. How we do? Like, come on, man.
So you wrote Higher, the game Higher.
Yeah. You wrote 6 songs off that album. Higher, This Is How We Do. He said he wrote What Up Gangsta. What Up Gangsta, yeah. Yeah, I'm like, come on, bro. He wasn't even...
Wait, the game said he wrote What Up Gangsta? Yo, hey, man. Hey, man. What the fuck, man? Now, let me rewind this shit. He said he wrote What Up Gangsta?
He wrote 6 songs off that album. Higher, This Is How We Do. He said he wrote What Up Gangsta. What Up Gangsta, yeah. Yeah, I'm like, come on, bro. He wasn't even around when we did that. Like, that was before you even came into the picture.
Game is a dope artist, but I remember hearing that on my condo, and I looked at Fifth like, you gonna give this nigga this shit?
Not hearing a hit song like, you gonna get that to this nigga? Yo, you really give this nigga this hit song?
This Is How We Do, all that shit, Hated or Loved It. I'm looking at him like, these are hits.
Nah, This Is How We Do was insane, bro. That beat alone, insane. So I could feel him on that. I could imagine hearing, and then you're like, yo, you gonna get that to this nigga? He easily could have took that shit for himself, but hey.
Oh, fucking get me that shit. Keep that shit for yourself. He's like, yeah,
Massacre, you projecting all the pain you felt on everybody else? I was supposed to go, that album was supposed to come out.
Hot take, but Massacre, classic album. I don't know, man. Is that a hot take? I think Massacre, classic album. Slept on. Highly slept on.
Oh, February 8th.
Mm-hmm.
Supposed to be the same Valentine's Day Massacre. They pushed it back because we was doing Too Good with Games record. I wouldn't have given him Things That Was So Good if I felt like it was going to alter what I'm doing. You regret giving Game all those records?
I was gonna say, yeah, do you regret Hate It or Love It? This Is How We Do.
Look, it's just the way things are.
So you
It is the way things are. You know, people betray people. Pink said, hot take, it wasn't that good to me. I think it was a classic album. King Kel said it was classic to 10th grade me, yo. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Hey, you talked a little bit on Drink Champs about the Drake call, but did you talk to him right after that? Was it like, hypothetically, if you got a call about that, and then was it like, yo, Drake, they're trying to do this, so be careful when you come, or what was like the next combo?
So this thing about Drake, man, is again, like I got all these relationships that you know that sort of spill outside of music. Drake is again one of my good friends and a brother. He would definitely say the same. This is a guy that I actually love, and you know, as a true friend and a brother, he's always kept it 100. Transactional alert. Transactional alert. I think he's a good friend and a good fan as long as y'all can use him the way that y'all want to use him. Just saying. Then they said Drake was like super nervous at the video set. They said he was super nervous. That's what I heard.
Did you notice or feel like there were shots towards Kendrick on that song from Drake's side?
I didn't feel like that. And if I did, I wouldn't put a song out.
I would have all of your fans if I didn't go popping.
Okay, so this is some shit right here too. I would have all of your fans if I didn't go pop and stayed on some conscious shit. You got this man, Compton, you got him out there rapping these little subliminal disses, and they gonna keep saying that Kendrick is the one. Oh, why did Kendrick diss him? Oh my gosh, why did Kendrick do that? Shit like this, man. Steady throwing these little shots. Who else y'all think this is for? I would have all of your fans if I didn't go pop and I stayed on some conscious shit. On your record.
Who you got if they go at it?
Who I got? Lyrically?
Lyrically.
I mean, lyrically, I don't know, man. I'm thinking like Kendrick is just too incredible. And then Drake is so dope too, man. I mean, I would just like to just be a fan.
Yeah, all right. All right, brother. All right, brother, man. Pink said, and when was Aubrey a conscious artist? He's saying if he wanted to, he could take all his fans, you know? Let's not forget, he kind of tried to go in that lane a little bit in the beginning. When he was rapping like Pooh, Fonte, Lil Brother and them, when he was rapping like them, and he was like with all that Knife Wonder sound and shit, he was headed there. So don't like, Drake was a different artist back then. He was following some formula, and then, you know, he became Drake, whatever the fuck he is today. Yeah.
It's fun to do bad things.
Take off the sweat, take off the dope, take off the broken bag. Take all that